The first goal to any good retirement plan is to making sure you have enough income coming in each month to cover those expenses. But what do you do with the excess? After you've already accomplished that, what do you do with the excess money? In today's video, we're going to talk about what some of those goals should be with those excess funds. Hi, Logan Sadler here with the Financial Beat. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. That way you can get up-to-date videos of our most recent content. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions we get here at our firm when we're meeting with our clients is inflation. There's a lot of talks about how high it's been the last few years and how to combat that. A lot of you listening that already have a detailed income plan, something that's coming in each month to where we're covering our expenses, but maybe we have excess money or we might have a lot of money in the bank. And it was always a good, safe place for it to be, but does it make sense now with the inflationary period we're currently in? One of the biggest things we like to say is, even though we have excess money, you really got to make sure that we're putting that to work. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be aggressive or tied up or not liquid or any of these other variables, but we got to make sure we're making money on our money. Because even though we've retired, we still want our assets to grow and work for us, right? So once we've done our job of covering the monthly income, the most important thing is to make sure we're putting these to work. Now, one of the things I like to say, why should we put that to work, is because let's say you're getting $1,000 a month, and I'm actually going to have a little display come up right here. Let's say you're getting $1,000 a month for a pension. Now, let's fast forward, let's say 10 years. That same $1,000 a month is only worth $744. So you see how the impact of inflation on your money hurts your buying power. So just because our income is a sufficient amount right now, we still might need more in the future, which means we need our assets to grow. So any excess money we might have in the bank account might have been a good idea when you were able to get 2, 3, 4, 5% on CDs back in the day. But as most of you know, current rates are between 0.25% to 0.5%. So if we have $100,000 in a CD, now we make, let's say, 0.5%. At the end of the year, you're now taxed on that 0.5%. So it doesn't leave you a whole lot of control on taxabilities or any types of tax structure, because at the end of the year, it's all taxable. So it's something where, as we know, 0.5% isn't keeping up with even historical inflation rates, let alone what we've been experiencing in the last 24 months or so. So one of the biggest things your goal needs to be for that excess money, one of the goals needs to be is you want it to grow, right? We need that money working for us. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be aggressive or conservative. It just depends on the client. But after you've established that 6-month emergency fund, that's kind of the rule of thumb for a lot of advisors. I have a lot of clients where we need more than the 6 months, and I have some where the 6 months emergency fund is sufficient. So for quick math, if you have, let's say, $10,000 a month outgoing expense, that means that you need to have at least $60,000 in your emergency fund. Anything excess of that or any excess income coming in each month should now be invested, right? It should be doing something to work for you. There's things out there like bonds, treasuries, structured notes, stock market, annuities. There's a lot of different ways to invest that, and you really want to make sure you're finding that right investment for you. But most importantly, making sure we're putting this money to work, because we might need it to produce income at a further date. Some of our clients like to, play the stock market with it. Some of them like to be conservative with it and do tax deferred vehicles. There's a lot of different ways to structure it, but making sure we're using that excess money to work for us for a future date is so, so important. So I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. Again, click subscribe to get our next video, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for stopping by the Financial Beat YouTube channel. See you guys soon. Thank you.